You're no good, Panama. General Omar Torrijos is the man in power, and not a dictator in the classic mold. He was a visionary determined to wrest power from the country's entrenched elite and pull the Panamanian masses out of poverty. This was great and all, but the people wanted a dictator who has the ruthless qualities a man named Noriega obtains. Torrijos would not act as the Panama citizens' puppet, so to say, and that's what they felt they wanted and needed. General Manuel Antonio Noriega has good reason to believe himself above the law. He's one of the largest, most dangerous drug dealers of the time, and is still the man that the people of Panama want in power. They believe that the ruthless qualities he obtains will make him best suited to rule. He will do whatever the citizens want as long as they allow him to continue his personal habits. People would begin to stall the rise of Noriega. In 1981, a man named Hugo Spadafora came to detest him. He presented Panamanian strongman General Omar Torrijos with evidence Noriega was up to no good. He cautioned him that Noriega was beginning to control Torrijos and that he was involved with drugs and trafficking, and that Noriega was going to kill him. Spadafora repeated these accusations to Noriega's face, which only led to trouble. On July 30th, 1981, General Omar Torrijos allegedly died in a helicopter crash. This tragedy was ruled an accident, but many Panamanians suspected this was an act done by Noriega. Whatever the truth may be, the impetus that kept Spadafora and Noriega apart was now no more. The rivalry between the two of them intensified. Spadafora did not hold back and told journalists he had evidence of all of the crimes committed by his enemy. Noriega was not amused. On September 13, 1985, Hugo Spadafora started his day like every other normal day. Things took a turn for the worse on his way to Panama City. He decided to take the bus in fear of Noriega arranging to kill him in a staged crash. Little did he know this route would be just as deadly. At the bus's first stop in a dusty little town, officers of the Panama Defense Forces stepped aboard. They found Spadafora and directed him to go with them. The next day, a body was found in a sack labeled as property of the United States Postal Service. This was lying within a muddy pond. The tortured body and severed head, found in the sack, was later identified as Hugo Spadafora. With him gone, little was standing in Noriega's way. The Panama Canal is extremely important to the people of Panama. It is a crucial route between the Atlantic and the Pacific Oceans. The United States had sovereignty over it, and this led to violent outbursts made by the Panamanians. Panama flag was carried over declaring, "Panama is sovereign in the canal zone." When the flag was ripped, it set off 3 days of rioting, in which 22 Panamanians and 4 American soldiers were killed. Hundreds were wounded, and $2 million worth of property was destroyed. This was tragic to the people of Panama, but conducive for Noriega. He knew the goal of the people was to take back the canal zone and give Panama control of the waterway, and he would preach to people his support of just that. In 1983, Noriega was finally declared Panama strongman. He accumulated an extraordinary, diverse, and powerful group of friends. Among them were dictators, guerrilla fighters, drug smugglers, and a variety of high-ranking American officials. He began to further involve himself in the drug business. Noriega formed a partnership with the drug cartel based in Medellin, Colombia, allowing it free access to clandestine airstrips in Panama, from which it shipped vast amounts of cocaine into the United States. For their service, he would earn about $100,000 per flight. He would also work as a principal informer for the Drug Enforcement Administration and give valuable information that would lead to the arrest of his rival drug deals. In other words, he would scam the system. This was one of the multiple problems with Noriega ruling the country. In 1988, he was indicted on drug trafficking charges in Miami, Florida, and shortly thereafter, in the 1989 U.S. invasion of Panama, he was removed from power, captured, detained as a prisoner of war, and flown to the United States. Noriega was tried on 8 counts of drug trafficking, racketeering, and money laundering. As the audience can conclude, the rule of Noriega seemed promising to some, but resulted in failure. All of the efforts made by both the people and Noriega to rise to the power was essentially a waste of time. He was clearly unfit to be the country's strongman. Instead of investing this much time into the matter, they could have found a better suited man for the job. that the reading "You're No Good" most closely relates to cause number 4, which is the idea that only the strong survive and survival of the fittest. This fits best because Noriega did what he had to do to eliminate his competition. Examples of this include the death of Torios and Spatafora, also the control of the drug industry and the arrest of his competitors.